All right, so we are live. How's it going, guys? Sorry it was such a late stream today. So what happened was my internet. I was having problems with my internet. So I was actually up early and I was ready to stream at like 6:30 this morning. I just couldn't do it because we had to get our son on the bus. So I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm getting my stuff around, getting everything ready to go. And we came back in. I was going to take my shower and everything. But I was just kind of like, waking up for the day, playing a little bit of GeoGuessr because I was like, oh yeah, I better check into the GeoGuessr thing, see what's going on with that on the team duels. So then in the middle of that, so my plan was play a little GeoGuessr, then I was going to jump in the shower and start my stream. Well, internet turned off. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with that? Well, then I realized I forgot to pay the bill because the holidays, whatever, right? So I called and paid the bill. And normally when that happens, 10, 15 minutes and stuff, and it's back on. Well, it wasn't back on. I was waiting. Well, we went out. I was going down the hallway, and I looked outside, and I seen a deer, which, it's really cool because we have houses here and everything, but we're out in the country. It's not like a town. It's just like a community because there's like a lake close by. Well, anyways, there was a deer back there. And so I watched it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to watch this deer for a while I'm waiting on the internet to reboot anyways. And so I watched the deer and went around, and it found a little break in the fence where the dog gets out. And it already knew that break in the fence was there. It goes in there and all the apples that I forgot to get off the tree that fell in the yard, deer's back there eating all these apples. I ended up watching this deer for probably like a half an hour. Internet would not come on the whole time. So I was resetting the box and everything, watching the deer. And then it wasn't working. So I called back and I'm like, hey, this and that. Normally if it gets shut off and I pay the bill, normally it's 10, 15 minutes, this and that. Well, this time it's not working. I reset the box. I reset the Ethernet thing on the wall, the ONT box or whatever. And she's like, okay, well, I'll look through this and that. Maybe they didn't turn it on yet. Well, she looked and she said, yeah, that they turned it on. So she transferred me to tech support. So then that took a while. I was on hold. So finally got a hold of tech support, gave him all my information again. Cause of course you got to give him the service address, the phone number, your name and all this kind of stuff for verification, I guess. Right. So I did all that again. Then I'm talking to the service guy and I told him what was going on. He's like, okay, I'm just going to double check. He's like, I'm not saying anybody's lying, blah, blah, blah. I just, got to go through the process and I got to double check and make sure that it indeed was paid and whatever, because it was showing up still as like disconnected. So he found out, he's like, okay, well, it was paid, this and that. He did like a few different things. It took like 15, 20 minutes. They were like resetting it on their end. Or no, well, he had me like undo the thing again, which I already did. Undo the box or like unplug it, plug it back in, all that sort of thing. Still wasn't working. He said he's going to escalate the ticket to a thing and blah, blah, blah. And they'd have to like basically have somebody call and set up an appointment for like a home visit. So I'm like, well, it's not going to work for me. I need to stream today. I've been excited to stream for hours. Like I'm waiting to go live. So I got on the Gemini and I asked it and it gave me proper information. You reset, what you do is you undo the router and you unplug them both from the wall, right? But the trick is you got to wait 5 minutes. He just had me wait 30 seconds. But another thing is you got to unplug the Ethernet cord from the router. So to disconnect from the ONT box to the router, after 5 minutes, plug in the ONT box. Let that fire up first. He said just to plug them both in at the same time. Google said, let them both fire, fire up the ONT box first. Wait till all the lights come on, right? Then plug in the box because some sort of proxy server IP address conflict. I don't understand. I don't know, right? I'm not a tech person, but so then after the ONT lights light up, right, then you hook up the router without the Ethernet cord plugged in. Wait for it to do its thing, blink a bunch of times, and wait a few minutes, right? Finally, it'll go to the solid red light, obviously, since there's no Ethernet going to it. Well, then you plug in the Ethernet cord after that few minutes, and then it works. That did it. That worked. Because the problem was, because the guy said that like the ONT box, that they were getting the connection, but it wasn't getting the connection to the router. That's why we were resetting it, this and that. It's crazy because the tech support person should have known that. That is his job. Of course, AI is smart and it knows a lot of stuff. But anyways, I'm just glad to get it back. Well, so then the thing is because they already escalated it to a support ticket. After I fixed it, we're good to go. I'm getting stuff around from my shower, got to get clean for the day, right? And so I'm getting stuff around from my shower. I'm like, all right, cool. The internet's settled. I don't have to worry about that no more. The light's green. We're good to go. A couple minutes later, I'm getting a wash rag around and looking for some clothes, and I turn around and the light's red again. And I'm like, what is going on? I go over the ONT box, looking at it. That's got lights. The router's reset. And I'm like, what's going on? Then all of a sudden the ONT lights are going away. I have no internet. It like goes through this weird loop where then I'm waiting for like 7-8 minutes. It finally turns on. It's got a green light. I'm like, okay, good, this and that. Resets again. So I fixed it. But then what happened was afterwards, the support people was like resetting it and resetting it and resetting it. I don't know why they reset it like 3 times. Finally got it sorted out. Took my shower. Now we're here. So how's it going, guys? That's how my day is going. And I'm running behind, but it is what it is, right? So we're going to watch some videos today. I don't know what country. We're going to do the random country thing. We're going to pull up the random country wheel spinner thing. And that's pretty fun, right? Don't know what country it'll be, but we're going to find out about something. So what do we got going on in the chat here? Wesley, how's it going? Robert, how's it going? Two Wheel Maniac, Marco, Robert, how's it going? All right. Good evening over there, Charlie. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Hello, everybody. I still need to hear that there are deers in your backyard. It is really cool. It's cool. And like, I was looking out the window and like, I spoke a couple, like I was trying to be quiet. I don't want to scare him. And I made a couple noises too loud or something when I was, cause I yelled for Amy. I was like, babe, come there's a deer. Well, it heard me and it looked up. It was like locked eyes with me. So like, and it didn't run off. So I'm trying to get it used to. So after that, I started talking a little bit louder, try to get the deer used to my voice, whatever, maybe eventually I'll be able to go out and start feeding it by hand or something to be pretty cool. All right. So fiber internet, that can be something. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. How's it going, Estlander? It's Estonia, -6 degrees Celsius. That sucks. It's actually abnormally warm for me today. It's supposed to be like, I don't know, like 49 degrees or something today. It's January. This is supposed to be like the coldest time of the year. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but like, that's a big mug of coffee. Yeah, I'm a big guy and I like my coffee. This one's actually not, I got a bigger, I mean, if I hold it closer to myself, see, it's more reasonable size. It's because I was holding it close to the camera. I put it right here. It looks massive, right? But I actually have one that's like twice this size, to be honest with you. And I got my coffee cup warming thing over here, so it like stays hot for me. It's great. Taming the deers. Yeah, that's my plan, right? Not tame them, but like get them used to being around me and stuff, because they come over. We got the apple trees out back, and still, you understand the weather's different around the world, even in Eastern. Yeah, and then like in the Netherlands, it's snowing. It stopped snowing there for a while. It's been gradually getting like more mild, I guess, right? Every year until this year. But see, a lot of the Dutch people are like, they were jealous of the snow. I mentioned how we had snow here, and everybody's like, oh, well, I wish we had snow, this and that, this and that, this and that, I'm like, oh, well, you can have ours. Well, and then you got some snow. So I guess your wishes were granted over there, right? Charlie, are you nervous because this is the year you all come to the Netherlands? Yeah, honestly, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I don't like planes, flying over the ocean, not gonna lie. And then just being in another country is going to be kind of scary. We've been talking about, we're going to get back around to doing our planning, because I have to figure out. So we're going to have, we're going to take a bus from the closest town to me to South Bend, Indiana, right? And then they have a train that connects South Bend, Indiana to Chicago, Illinois. We're flying out of Chicago, Illinois to go to Amsterdam. I still have to figure out if the train connects to the airport there, or if I have to get like a taxi or something when we get to Chicago. Also, we just found out. So originally we were going to be leaving out May 6th, which that's still a thing. We are. But that's just going to be me and Amy. Trevor is going with us, her son, basically my stepson, right? Well, he's got a girlfriend now. They're doing their prom May 1st or May 2nd. I can't remember. So he's actually going to end up, he's going to be flying back himself. And his girlfriend is going to be picking him up, meeting him in Chicago when he gets there. I have to go on the KLM website. I have to sort all that out because I'm fairly certain the tickets are they're non-refundable. We already bought the tickets. They're like $1,000 each total for the fly there, fly back, this and that. It was like $3,000 all together for the three of them, but they're non-refundable. I could have got it refundable. It would have cost more. I'm a cheapskate and I don't plan on canceling the trip. There's no reason to do that. I want to go to the Netherlands, but it is reschedulable. I'm pretty sure. I got to double check that. So as long as it's reschedulable, then what our plan is going to be is to go to Amsterdam, probably like the night before. Probably if he's going to fly out, because I think the prom's the 2nd, May 2nd. And so he's going to want like a full day to get over like the jet lag and stuff. And so probably I'm thinking we're going to probably have him come back April 30th, more than likely, right? That way he's got like the next day to relax, recover from jet lag, whatever, and then do his prom on the 2nd. So probably what we're going to do is go to Amsterdam somewhere. I don't know a specific date, but I got to look for a room to rent or somewhere to go in Amsterdam or close by. Schiphol probably around the very end of April, or like probably May 1st. No, probably would be the end of April, and then we would stay the night there, and then we would get him to the airport and everything to fly back, and then me and Amy would continue our journey until the 6th. So we can do like, I think it's like, what is it, like Liberation Day or something, or Remembrance Day? I can't remember exactly. There's two different things, right? There's something on May 4th and something on May 5th. I can't remember exactly. But we're going to be staying in Zutphen with a friend that I met on the channel here. And we've been in contact in Discord here and there. And possibly be using her place as like a home base situation. We probably won't be staying there the whole entire time. I don't want to have everything planned too. I want to have like a few days in between. So like after King's Day, we have to figure that out too, because we're going to be in Dokkum for King's Day, right? So after Sittard, we leave Sittard on the April 25th. Then I believe we're going to be heading to Zutphen, I believe. But we're going to be, originally we were talking about getting a place with her in Dokkum for King's Day, King's Night or whatever, right? But then stuff happened, this and that, and I'm a procrastinator. Took too long to get anything booked. And then I was talking to her. She said she was going to look around, and then by the time that happened, and then she started looking around, everything was like completely booked in Dokkum, around Dokkum, this and that. So we may end up just staying with her. I don't know. We have to get with her still. It's been busy because of the holidays and everything, and then all that. But we're not sure if we're going to stay with her and then just go over to Dokkum on King's Day, or if we're going to get a place with her the night before King's Night, somewhere close to Dokkum. I don't know yet, but then it's cool because then we'll have a couple days left, right? Because we'll have the 28th after King's Day, and then maybe like another day or two open to do whatever, right? Before we go to Amsterdam to get him on the airport, or to get him on the plane at the airport or whatever. And then yeah, so some of it, I just like the idea of also just having some of it just completely open. You know what I'm saying? We are in Sittard the first 3 days, and we're thinking about trying to do Efteling on the 24th. I'm pretty sure that's what we're thinking about trying to do. So anyways, let me go through the chat here and see what's going on. I was too busy talking, so I have no clue what you guys are talking about here. Okay, so neat to hear that there are deers. Okay, I read that one. I'm a subscriber. LOL, now I can talk. Hey, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Fiber. Okay, Estonia comment. Russ start of the day. Yeah, that's just it's just how it goes for me sometimes. Thanks for the daily Estonia weather update. yeah, it's nice. Big mug of coffee. Okay, yep. Almost night. Yeah, over there. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. It probably is night, right? Okay, yeah, the comment about are you nervous that this is the year you come to the Netherlands? That's the comment that I was replying to when I started talking a lot. See, you can have your cold weather. It's like 12 degrees Celsius inside my house. That sucks. I don't like the cold weather. You can keep it. We're now at 34 Fahrenheit now. Finally, no snow today. Hey, 34 Fahrenheit's not bad. That honestly would even be warm for me this time of year. And it's going to be like in the upper 40s actually, almost 50 today, which is crazy. And I hope my eye's not red. I didn't even check actually. I got soap in it when it felt like it. Maybe I had an eyelash in there. I don't know. It doesn't look red on the camera. Maybe a little actually. But anyways, I hate that when you get like a little hair eyelash or something in there. Let's see. How's your planning for the Netherlands trip going? I guess I kind of glossed over that just a little bit, with the last response. Although I do need to figure out the NS Flex Pass thing. So that's another thing that I have to get with her about, with using her address, because I have to use it with a Dutch bank card, which I can get that with Revolut, as long as I do it through a Dutch address. So I got to make sure that that's okay with her. Get a Revolut card set up for, at her address. I don't know if that's a thing that she'd be okay with or not, of course. But if so, then I could do that and get the 40% off. Because I want that 40% off discount on train travel and public transportation. I like getting discounts, guys, right? Hey, 40%, that's a big chunk. So I'm too cheap to turn on heating. Yeah, I'm like that sometimes too. I keep it kind of low if it's just me. If they start getting cold, of course, I turn it up. I don't want to make them, suffer. I'm not the only one in the house, I guess, but you need to learn proper degrees. You can't say 49 degrees in the Fahrenheit in the Netherlands. Right. If I say 49 degrees in the Netherlands, they're going to think that I'm talking about like desert weather, right? What would 49 degrees be? That's like insanely hot, right? In Celsius at least, right? 49 Celsius would be just super hot. Most snow is gone here in my part of the Netherlands, but maybe a new load is coming tonight. Hopefully not, because snow sucks. It sucks driving in. If you don't drive, maybe you're riding a bike, and in that case, it would suck probably to ride a bike in the snow. I'm sure you could do it, right? But it'd be better if you didn't have to, right? Do not fly KLM. It's a big mess now at Schiphol. Well, KLM, well, I already got the tickets anyways, right? They're non-refundable. So like, I guess I'm gonna fly KLM. But I think the big mess at Schiphol, that isn't that because of all the snow and the ice and stuff that's happening right now? Which that'd be cleared up in April. I'm not going until the end of April, so I'm sure that we, the Dutchies, will help you out when you're here. No worries. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm gonna do live streams too. I built an IRL live stream backpack. I haven't tested it yet. I'm waiting until the weather's a little warmer, and I'll be testing it. But it's back there, and yeah, I'll be doing IRL streams and stuff, and that's another reason why, just keep a few days just open. I don't know what'll happen, just maybe just pick a random town close by and jump on a bus or something or a train and head that way and just kind of live stream the process or something. It just kind of seems fun. I think traveling through Chicago is going to be the scariest part of the journey. I mean, yeah, the most violent part probably. Yeah. I mean, for me, the most scary part is just like being in an airplane and going over the ocean. I don't know. I just don't like being in airplanes. I've been in an airplane 22 years ago when I went to Florida. And of course, on the way back. Wasn't a huge fan, to be honest with you. And we were over land. There was no water. See here. I think random people over here in the Netherlands will already recognize you. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of people there, though. I'm not a huge channel. I mean, I only got like, 58,000 subscribers or something. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. A train? Did you really say that? A tram? Would that be, or a bus? I don't know what. However, I should get around with the public transportation, right? LOL, inches is also a thing. How old are you, Charlie? Unfortunately, I just turned 39 recently, guys. Yeah, that sucks. But hey, whatever, right? If all goes well, I got another, what, like 40, 50 years, 60 years in me, so I heard from another streamer that public transport connects with O'Hara. Cool. But public transport could include taxi. That is technically public transport, right? I've been in Chicago before. I took a taxi there, and holy shit, that is a scam. Uh, Dang, that really is. I'm hoping that the bus takes, or not the bus, but the train that goes from South Bend to Chicago, or perhaps a bus. If they have a bus route that goes from the train station to the airport in Chicago, then that would certainly be cheaper than a taxi. Let's see here. Watch out for taxi scammers at the airport. Yeah, right. I swear I did not read that comment first. Like, I was just talking about taxi scammers. I don't know about the taxi, like the specific taxi drivers being scammers. I know the prices is. Well, actually, no. You know what? I did get scammed by the taxi scammer driver because I was trying to go one way. I was with my ex-wife. She's pregnant. We're walking around. It's hot. And she's over walking, right? At first we wanted to walk, right? We wanted to, and we were going from Navy Pier to Shed Aquarium, and we got the taxi. We were like halfway to Shed Aquarium from Navy Pier, and we got the taxi, and we're like, hey, we need to go to Shed Aquarium. So we go this and that, and then it's like every single exit is like blocked. He's like, oh, well, I'll go to the next one. Oh, maybe it's not blocked. Maybe it's unblocked, this and that. And then it's like 2, 3, 4 exits because there was a big marathon going on at the time, like a big race. And, it's like, yeah, sure. Maybe he didn't know that was happening. And he didn't know that all these exits were blocked. But like, instead of going through the cross thing median to turn around to go to the next, or to like turn around into the next lane and go back, he just kept going and kept going. And there was a way we could have done it, right? But he kept going to the next one, and then finally had to keep going farther and farther to get to the next exit, and then go through and then back around. So, and then we ended up getting dropped off past the Shed Aquarium because I was like, look, we're close enough. We weren't even there, but we were on the other side of it because we drove past the damn thing and then had to turn around and we're heading back. And I'm like, look, because the thing was like $33 at that point. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, $33? No, dude, we're good. We're good. Like we got like close enough that we felt like, she could walk and we're good. And we got out. We made him. Yeah. That was the whole thing. Just having this open in the back to give you a view count, chat in on YouTube. Thanks, Oswin. All right, let's go through here. Let's see here. Hi, everyone. Hey, how's it going, Jurgen? May 4th and 5th. Dead in Rise. May the 4th be with you, right? Not much difference between crashing in the sea or the ground. Yeah. I mean, you do got a point there, but the thing is if you're over the land, right? And there's an issue with the airplane, right? There might be a chance to do an emergency landing somewhere, right? If there's a random runway or even a big open freeway, right? Whereas over the open ocean, you're not really going to have as much of an opportunity to do that. That's why I kind of feel like land is a little better, so, oh, 39, you're still young. I just got 30, 65. Hey, 65 years young. You still got a lot of years in you too, hopefully. Do you call a taxi public transport? I call that private transport. I mean, I guess technically it would be private transport, but like most people around here would just call it public transport. I don't know if that officially is like what it would be. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not the one to ask about it, but I call it public transport. I'm wrong a lot. So, you know, travel by train. 2 more years, Rena. Let's see. Uh, you go better by train from Schiphol. What time do you arrive? I don't remember what time it was. It's the 22nd, I believe. Can't remember the time of day though. Which actually, it may not even still be the 22nd. I did get an email about like, I thought they rescheduled it or something, or they changed it to a different time. I that's another thing I got to check into here soon, because we only got like little over 3 months actually. Or no, wait, February, March. Yeah, a little over 3 months. Yeah. I'll be 47 the 19th. I don't look that old. People giving me 38. That's nice of them. When I say I have a daughter age 26 and 1-year-old grandson, people look very weird to me. Right? All right. 2 weeks, I'll hit the big five. What's that, 50? I just hoped by the time you're here, the EES entry exit system is less a pain in the ass at the airport. Sometimes that can take some time to arrival. Oh, that's that new like security thing that they did. Yeah, they just got to like yeah, so instead of doing like the stickers like or the stamps in like the passports, which I have my passport over here. So instead of them doing the stamps, I guess now it's just like get your fingerprint or something, I think, right? They're doing it like all digitally or something. Is that, I think that's what the EES, I think that's what that is. Let's see, if you take the taxi, there's official national rates, so everyone charges you more than that is a scam. Yeah. I'm the stupid Dutchman. When some Americans say, "How are you doing?" I answer with "Great." Hey, nothing wrong with that. Time's not a problem. There's a train from Schiphol every 10 minutes. Yeah. I've heard that. And we got all day because, like, we got to wait until like 5 p.m. Dutch time on the 22nd of April to check into the place that we rented in Sittard. And I can't remember the time that we are getting to Schiphol, but it's early in the day. So we got like a lot of time, because we have to wait till 5 to get to Sittard anyway. So we got plenty of time. We'll probably go into Amsterdam, hang out for a little bit, relax or something before we start heading south towards Limburg. All right, let's see here. Airplanes that fly over water are extra certified and checked. Hey, I mean, that's good. That's good. Airplanes designed to fly a certain time without engines above sea, the routes are like you can reach an airport within that time. So above sea is the chance to reach an airport the same. Yeah, because they do kind of hug the coast, right? When they go up, they go over the edge of Canada, right? And then you're like flying over like Nova Scotia or the edge of it, and then you hit like I don't think you go over Greenland, because I was looking at the flight path. I think it's like close to Greenland and then like close to Iceland, maybe over Iceland, not sure, and then of course over the UK and then down into the Netherlands. Don't say how are you doing in the Netherlands, Charlie. It sounds like a question for us. Yeah, it's just a habit. I'm for sure gonna end up saying that. Sorry if I do. Sorry. Don't take a taxi, it's a rip off. Yeah. Even in the middle of the night, trains run from Schiphol much cheaper than a taxi. Okay. Where do you use that projection screen? What do you use that projection screen for? It's a green screen. I used to green screen my background and everything. And I actually thought, man, my office is messy. Look, I mean, it's shameful. I was moving stuff around. I got shelves that I made laying on the floor. I got boxes all over the place. I got crap piled on that thing back there. And yeah, maybe I'll just bust the green screen back out and set that up. But my lighting's terrible. The lighting breaks on me and everything goes to shit, and I got to fix it, and the whole thing. But hey, I mean, whatever, right? You're not here for my background, right? You're here for whatever my reaction is or my input or whatever I'm talking about and all that, I guess. So as long as it's not insanely terrible quality, I should be okay, hopefully. Maximum rate for taxis 431 plus 317 per kilometer, or 52 cents a minute. Okay. If you need a ride when you were considered, I can drive free of charge. Hey, I appreciate that. Of course, I would totally give you gas money and stuff. While we're in Sittard, we're gonna take those 3 days to the first day we check in on the 22nd, right, in Sittard, but we'll have like the full day of the 23rd, and then of course we'll have the 24th. I think we were gonna do we're gonna try to do Efteling. That way we didn't have to take our luggage and stuff with us. We can just leave it at the house in Sittard and then return back there the night of the 24th, and then and then check out the 25th. So probably we're gonna do like, let's see, the 23rd. Probably we're gonna go over to like Maastricht or something. I would assume maybe Valkenburg. I would think, right? That's what I want to try to do, at least. Go maybe do both Valkenburg and Maastricht. There's a lot I want to do. There's a lot I said I wanted to do, but like after thinking about it and everything, and of course you guys already knew I can't do everything. I can certainly walk over to Germany, where we're staying in Sittard. It's going to be like probably like a 10-minute walk to the German border. And then of course Maastricht's pretty close to Belgium. Sittard's even pretty close to Belgium, because like Limburg, has that little squeeze point where it's like real skinny. And so Belgium's like not far away. So I should be able to like at least jump over the border for a little bit. Or I even thought about maybe trying to like go through Belgium on the way to Sittard. I'm not sure yet exactly, but let's see here. Oops, I lost where I was at in the chat here. Do you have plans to visit McGrattan? On the way from Sittard to Maastricht via the Hill Land. Yeah, there's a few things that I want to do down there. McGrattan, that's the cemetery, right? I believe. And then there's also the 3 Points area, right? Where you got Belgium, Netherlands, and like Germany kind of thing. I want to do that too. With the public transport, you can go everywhere. It's normally pretty good and organized unless it's showing. What do you mean unless it's showing? Let's see. Let's take some bears during the flight. Am I allowed to take on? So like you got carry-on luggage, right? Am I allowed to carry on my own luggage? Like, can I bring my own beer? Or do I just have to buy the crappy airplane beer that they're serving for an overpriced price? You're sitting good. I can't see your terrible clock now. Hey, don't take the clock personal, guys. To me, it's not a Ajax football club clock. To me, it's just like a piece of Netherlands memorabilia that a fan sent me. I don't follow the football clubs or anything like that. The paintings second from the right is right. What do you mean? You see it as an adventure tour? Yeah. Also, flight path always looks curved on a map, but it's a straight line for real. The world map, we know, neglects the curvature of Earth. Yeah. I looked at it on the flight path thing, but then I kind of was looking at it on Google Earth to see like, and you can totally see that it's a straight line. It is kind of weird after being so used to seeing like the Mercator projection map or whatever it's called. I like this background. It has some nice posters in the background. It looks like a United Colors of Van Neaton ad poster. I don't know what United Colors of Ben Neaton is actually. One of them's that's a world map down there. And then we got Pink Floyd back catalog. We got the AX clock. We got a couple we got like the Western and Eastern Hemisphere things that aren't even in the right spot on the wall, really. I've moved things around. We got a little like map of Amsterdam that came out of a book that somebody sent me. Of course, the green screen. We got a picture up there is a skull. It looks like a skull from far away, but when you get up close, it's like some lady sitting at like a makeup desk, and it's called All in Vanity. If you wanted to look that up, that's the name of that piece. It's a lady sitting at a makeup desk, like a vanity desk, but like from far away, it looks like a skull. Like to you guys, it probably looks like a skull. It's kind of cool. And then over there, I got paintings that my mom painted me. She likes to paint stuff. And then just random stuff sitting in the way, and you know, you can't see that one. I got the Aaron Gold bra, Irish flag over there. My old TV that I'm using as a third monitor so that I can like have room to stream and have all my chats up and all that kind of stuff. And outside, I got the Dutch flag on the shed. I got the Karasu flag on the inside door of the shed. And then on my desk, I got a bunch of mess. But you can't see that, so that's okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Let's see here. We'll go back to the chat real quick here. You can do it in one say. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 3 borders point and all that. Yeah. I would, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm hoping to do that all in one day because, I mean, maybe not, wouldn't leave a whole lot to explore of Maastricht, but at least I could go to Maastricht and check it out, get some lunch or something while I'm there, and see. Watch this. I think it'll interest you. What can Seattle learn from Dutch street design? That sounds familiar. I may have watched it or put it in my watch later list. Val's, okay, Val's is 3 border point. I can show you Valkenburg. I live in Hare Lane. Oh, that's cool. Nice, thank you. Two-wheel maniac. I'll have to try to remember your name. I got a lot of names to try to remember, guys. I got a lot. I got people that email me, chat to interact with, comments that I read. People on Discord if I'm ever in there, which I barely not. I need to get back in there more. Maastricht is far from the beautiful cities of Belgium. Yeah, most of the nice looking cities in Belgium would probably be like, because you got Ghent, Bruges, all that. That would be kind of up more. That's what I was thinking. Maybe find a bus route that would go from like Schiphol Airport down through those areas on the way to Sittard and kind of swing through that way. That'd be kind of cool. Get some Belgian chocolate while I'm there, and some ale to possibly drink in Sittard, right? Stop and get some Belgian ale, which of course they would have probably available in Sittard anyways, being close to Belgium, but it'd be cool to get it from Belgium on the way to Sittard. I don't even know if that's a thing. It's just, I think a lot too, so I say all these things I want to do and this and that because it sounds like a good idea. So I just kind of blurt it out before I think about it, or even think if it's feasible to fit in the plans, or how much time would this actually take, or, so that's not set in stone. Let's see. Look it up on Google, Hare Lane, Limburg. All right, hold on. I will in a second, or in a few. In Limburg, you can buy an Arriva day ticket much cheaper than NS. Oh, okay. Maybe KLM still gives free beer, but they had a lot of budget cuts, so I don't know. You can only take your beer from the tax-free. I don't think you can take your own beer to the plane. Your own beer probably don't make it through to you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wonder what they would even serve on KLM anyways. Not that I'm trying to drink a bunch of beer and get drunk on an airplane, but like a beer on the way. I mean, I'll have like a 9-hour flight or something, Maybe I'll drink a beer with my meal. Or a glass of wine. I don't know. The world's flat, no way. Yeah. I landed in Thailand 14 years ago. I'm afraid to fly back. Oh shit. Thailand, nice. Hey, they got great weather over there, right? Do they got big bugs though? Do they got a lot of bugs over in Thailand? We just found out recently that Greenland is full of bugs. That was surprising. Try to get a museum card and pass it is also digital. Yeah, so what's up what's up with the museum card? You buy the card and then you just go. Do you still have to pay for the museums? You just get like a discount to go into the museums, or you buy the card and then that's just, you just get into whatever museum you want for no additional charge, but because you bought the museum card. I think somebody told me that's how it was. That you buy the card and then you just go to whatever museum. But of course, can't always trust what everybody, what one person says, right? You got to cross-reference it with other people, or because one person could get it wrong. I mean, I told you guys King's Day was going to be an Ensha Day, because one person mentioned it just because it was something they read that whatever, but little mistake, no big deal. But I told thousands of people that King's Day was an Ensha Day, and then they that was funny. Don't worry, I'm glad you can't see the mess on my desk. Right. Maastricht to Haarlem, 20-minute drive. Nice. Are you planning to go to the Delta Works in Zeeland? I'd like to do that, but I don't know if I can fit it into the schedule since we're going to be in Zutphen and going up to Dalkum for King's Day and all that. And Bruges are great, but it's west. Maastricht is east. Oh, okay. Hi, all from a snowy Sweden. Hey, hello to Sweden. Belgium is easier with Eurocity train from Rotterdam to Antwerp. Eurocity train from Rotterdam to Antwerp, huh? Look you up on Discord, Charlie. Okay, cool. Yeah, send me a message. I don't know when I'll get around because streaming this and that, and then after I'll have to be done with my stuff today by like 3:30 and everything, and then get Anthony off the bus, spend time with him. Don't know how that's gonna go with get sidetracked doing stuff with that, and then gotta get dinner around and all that and everything. But don't be like Ma Flaughter on the plane. KLM will serve Heineken, I think. Hey, I mean, that's not bad. Heineken's not bad. It's not bad. And it's good with food. It's a very drinkable, smooth beer. So there's a big water issue going on in our region right now. We have to cook the water for 3 minutes before consuming it due to bacteria in the reservoir. That sucks. I've lived in places that's had issues like that here where they say to boil it. I've always heard 10 minutes though. You might want to look into that. You might want to boil it for 10 minutes to be sure. Or at least that's what I was always told. I don't know. Maybe just somebody told me 10 minutes just to be safe about it. But I have to go now. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye, Charlie. Take it easy, Rena. Enjoy your day. Delta Works has a cool museum, but it's basically on the other side of the country. You have a national card and some city cards. Do it because it's cheaper. Considered for beer, go to Hope. Hoopies, Houpies. I don't know how to pronounce that, but on the market. Oh, like in the market area, the market square that's got that really cool, like yellow, old yellow house or building. I don't know if it's a house, but Amsterdam for sure. A museum car is way too expensive for a holiday. Okay, so it's like a yearly situation. It wouldn't be feasible for a couple weeks, huh? So I guess for that, I've just had to factor in which museums I actually. This is where I got to actually start doing some legitimate planning for certain things because I got to figure out what museums we're doing if we're going to be doing museums, right? I do want to do Rijksmuseum for sure, and but if that's the only one we end up doing, or if we do that and Delta Works, what's it? What would it cost for those two admissions? This and that, right? At what threshold would it be worth it to get the museum card, right? That's the kind of information that I'll be trying to do at some point. I just got to figure out a time to do it, I guess. Museum card is free for most museums, but not all. Okay, so there's certain museums that you would have to pay an additional fee for, but for the majority of them, the card is the entry. All right. Our go-to vacation spot's always been Vrouwenpolder in Zeeland. So Delta was pretty close, but we only went there twice in 10-ish years. Vrouwenpolder, huh? Named after women, right? Women polder. Evening, morning. How's it going? Hey, oh, pancakes. Enschede is still the best city in the Netherlands, LOL. Hey, it might be. Is that where you're from, Enschede, originally, or what? There's a high-speed train from Schiphol to Brussels if you want to go through Belgium. I might check into that. It would be cool to, because we got the whole day. We got the whole day. We don't have to be in Sittard. I mean, we can't really check into the place in Sittard till 5 anyways. And I think we're going to be there I'm pretty sure we're going to be in Schiphol before noon sometime. I can't remember what time. But we have 5 hours to kill anyways. So I got to kill it somewhere on the way down to Skipple, or on the way down to Sittard, right? Let's see here. At 10 minutes, it's cooking 1100 degrees or 1000 degrees. Is it because you guys got hotter equipment, right? Because you got like more electric or something. We got like 110 volts. You guys got like 220 volts or something. Free admission to 400 museums, but some you pay extra fees. Okay, 400. Dang. I didn't even know there was that many museums there. Holy shit. Does every town have their own museum? Almost, right? Rijksmuseum, you have to book it a bit ahead as it's always full. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, I know. I need to. Yeah. 75 euro per year per person. Oh, for the full museum card, 75 euro per year. So it'd be. Can you give them away? Can you give the cards away? Because if that's the case, because I got the lady that we're staying with and her husband. That's 2 cards we can give away right there. And then of course, Trevor would be leaving a little early. We'd be going to Amsterdam for the to go, to go back to Schiphol to see him off at the plane. Probably end of April then, right? So maybe somebody would want a card, and we could just meet somebody there and just give somebody a museum card, give them his, right? And then of course, then after me and Amy leave, we would just leave ours with her and her husband. If they're not linked to a specific person, and only that specific person is able to use it, right? Then it's not going to waste, right? Then it's like what, 75, that's 150. So it'd be like what, 225. I was about to say plus tax, but then I remembered Europe don't have tax. Yeah, here it would be like 225 plus tax. Then I have to figure out here it's like 7 cents on the dollar. So then you take $250 or $225 times that by like, 0.07 or whatever, and that gives you the tax. And it's like a whole thing to calculate. Europe don't have to do that. You guys are lucky. Once live route. Oh wait, hold on. Once live route is older. Before I translate, let's see. So you once lived in the Vrouw and Polder? I don't know. Let me translate this to English over here on this chat. Our lovely woman in the attic in Amsterdam. Nobody goes there. So nice. Was that a right translation to that? I don't think that was. Oh, wait, right here. Oh, I had to ask Google. The Vrouw Polder equals woman's polder in English. It's named after the Virgin Mary, Our Lady, and the reclaimed land polder. Okay. Yeah, so the automatic translation over there was weird. How long are you stay in the Netherlands? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh wait, let's see. You may take drinks into the cabin, max 100 milliliters or tax-free drinks, but it's not allowed to drink them until you arrived at your location. Okay. So then it'd be pointless because nobody wants. Yeah, I mean, once I'm there, might as well just have a nice beer in Amsterdam, right? A proper beer. You know what I'm saying? The Mice House in Amsterdam is nice as well. What does that say in? Wait, why isn't that showing up on my other chat? It's weird. All right, yeah. So my chat's weird, but anyways, how long you be staying? Yeah, 2 weeks. Volts has nothing to do with it. It's the watts. Okay. People are 50. Get a free museum card over in the Netherlands. Hey, I'm not that old yet. But okay, so the people that I'm staying with may be over 50. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know. I want to say mid 40s. They might not be over 50, so they might not get a free card. Am I allowed to just leave my card with them? Does anybody know if I could do that? I think they're mid 50s or mid 40s. Sorry. I think they possibly close, because I feel like, because I'm 39, right? I just turned 39. And I feel like a little while back when I was talking to her, I found out she was roughly 10 years older than me. That would have put her roughly 48, right? I think. So, hi, Charlie. Are you going to play GeoGuessr today? Probably later, yeah, after we watch some videos. Yeah, I just want to start off talking and doing some videos and stuff. We'll do another stream for GeoGuessr. Proper beer, not the American piss water. Is that what that translates to? Piss water? And that young? Not that young, lol. You can visit Brewery, local brewery in Amsterdam. Nice place and really good beer. I liked that yesterday. Liked what yesterday? Oh, are you talking about the GeoGuessr? Someone said not that young. Are you the one that, because that's a different name than the person that I'm talking about staying within Zutphen. I don't know if they have a couple different accounts. Are you here? You know who I'm talking about. Are you here? Hey, I got to go, but I'll hook you up on Discord. We'll talk further about your stay. Having a nice day and night. Hey, take it easy too, on Maniac. I appreciate everything. And yeah, I'll get on there. I got to get a hold of, there's another person named Tolly that I need to get back with as well on there. See, don't forget our plug shape and sockets is different than the US. Here we have Type-C. If you have it. Yeah. I got to get adapters. Yeah, P water. There's also a real German lager beer with that name in the Grand Theft Auto franchise. Nice, nice. All right, guys, let's find out what country we're going to learn about today. Let me go on my screen here, on my other screen, type in, let's see, random country picker. There was a website. Yeah, picker wheel. Wait, hold on. Why is my Stream Deck thing here isn't my off-brand Stream Deck? Wasn't plugged in here, so let me get that going. Don't know why it's fine. I've been having issues. It's been one of those days, guys. Why is this not working? I like it because it makes it easy to switch between like my main camera and like my react mode, I guess you'd call it. Why is this not? Guess I'll unplug it and try it again. Hold on. It wouldn't be my stream if it was more professional, right? Like this is part of it. You're probably used to this by now. If you've been watching for any amount of time, you would know that, right? Yeah, this isn't gonna, I guess I'm just gonna manually go ahead and like check if your adapters can be used for 240 volts. Yeah, I'd have to double check, right? I gotta go for a nap also, and yes, I'm Tucker from Enschede, living in Thailand. I'm a Tucker from Enschede. Okay, well, take it easy. I don't know what a Tucker means, but take it easy, Marco, and enjoy Thailand and the weather. It's certainly warmer there than it is for us. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. I guess I'm going to have to just do it the old-fashioned way. And then, of course, now this needs restarted. There we go. There we go. So we're going to spin. Should we do all countries or stick to Europe? It's your guys' choice. We'll see what you guys want. I really don't know why this isn't working for me. That's really weird. Usually I unplug it, plug it back in, and it's good to go, but not this time, so that's a thing I got to check into later. Add to my ever-growing list of stuff that I got to do. The world don't give me a break, guys. Tell you what do we got here? How's it going, Zandex on Twitch? Hello to you as well. All? I know Europe. All? Okay. Just skip Amsterdam as soon as possible if you want to see the real Netherlands, not a tourist attraction. Hey, that's why we're doing Sittard the first 3 days. That's why we're doing Sittard the first 3 days, so we can just get like a quick dose of the real country, right? So yeah, we're just gonna keep it on the all countries, guys. Let's hit spin. We're gonna find out right here what country we're gonna learn about. If it's something that I've covered a lot of, like if it lands on the Netherlands or Belgium, Germany, whatever, then perhaps we'll spin again. But to keep it different, right? Switch it up a little bit. And where we at? Bahamas. We're going to the Caribbean, guys. We're going to the Caribbean today because it's too cold right here where we are now. So I heard it was nice down there for the most part. Let's see what's going on in the Bahamas. Has anybody been to the Bahamas? Gotta catch up on my geography. Yeah. Considered is also not the Netherlands. Limburg is something completely different. It's Europe though, right? I just want to go experience Europe. Netherlands, Europe, whatever. It's all gonna be amazing. Let's see. I don't want to like just one of these generic videos. I kind of want to see like just like maybe like a travel vlog or something more interesting. Not this travel guide stuff, you know, it's like, let's see here. Do you guys want to know the history of the Bahamas? Discover the captivating history of the Bahamas with World History Explored? What do you think about that? That sounds cool, right? Oh, do the Pig Bay one? What's the Pig Bay one? Wait, what is Pig Bay? I didn't even see. Oh, no, before you go, the Bahamas. Oh, so is this one of the things that's about the Bahamas is there's a Pig Bay? So I guess you're getting that because it's not in the title, right? So you're obviously there's a pig there. Let's check it out, I guess. Let's check this out. And then we're going to check out a travel vlog. This one's only like 5 minutes. So we'll check this out and then we'll do like a travel vlog type situation. So all right, things to know before you go to the Bahamas by the Creative Travel Guide. So I'm going to go ahead and hit like on that and turn this volume on there a little bit down on my side or on your guys' side. Let's check it out, guys. Let's see about this Pig Bay.
Known for its vibrant beaches and luxury resorts, the Bahamas is a beautiful place to visit. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we share the things to know before you go to the Bahamas.
All right, things to know. What are we going to learn? I mean, it's a beautiful place.
Looking for more travel tips?
I know that.
Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So
you know
firstly, let's look at the best time to visit.
Oh yeah, I don't have a, that's another thing. My button on my Stream Deck, it's not working. So I have to like manually go up there. Cause if I'm on another screen, spacebar is not paused. It's a whole thing. What was I going to say? I don't know. Sorry. Oh yeah. I was going to say, go ahead and subscribe to my channel too. If you haven't done it already, I would certainly not be mad about that. In fact, I'd probably be happy and appreciative.
The best time to visit the Bahamas is typically from mid-December to mid-April. During these months, you can expect warm and sunny weather, ideal for beach activities and water sports, but also be aware that this is high season, so hotels, attractions, and restaurants are fully operational but can be more expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say,
for those
like,
looking to
they're going to be a lot more expensive during peak travel times for sure. For sure. They know that stuff. Like they like supply and demand. You know, you got a lot more people trying to go there. They know that they can raise those prices.
avoid the crowds and high prices, we recommend heading here in late April or early June and November, which can be pleasant times to visit with warm weather but fewer tourists. It is generally advised to avoid the Bahamas during the hurricane season, which runs from June to November, with the peak period.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I would certainly not do that. And this cat's trying to take my curtain out. What are you doing, dude? Okay, she stopped. She was trying to climb up it or something.
from August to October. There is a high risk of storms and unpredictable weather that can ruin your vacation during this time.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there then.
So now let's look at how to get there. Many people will travel to the Bahamas via air. There are direct flights available.
What about the ships? I mean, cruise ship, right? You cruise to the Bahamas. But I guess that's probably part of the cruise part. If you're just going there, I guess you would take an airplane, wouldn't you?
With major airlines taking you to Nassau from cities in the United States, Canada, and Europe. You can also catch a connecting flight via cities like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Atlanta. It is also popular to visit the Bahamas via cruises. So many
They rely on tourism. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I just saw the pig and remembered there's a beach full of pigs, a tourist attraction. Nice. Well, yeah, hopefully. I mean, I would assume they're definitely going to cover it, right? They wouldn't have it in a thumbnail, so good deal.
cruise lines such as the Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and the Disney Cruise Lines offer cruises to the Bahamas, often departing from Florida ports like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral. So now let's look at how to get around. If you are traveling between the islands, you could use the domestic flights such as Southern Air or Pineapple Air, which provide frequent flights between the major islands, making it a quick and convenient way to travel.
Pineapple Air? That's super cool. Like, that just sounds cool. That sounds as cool as the Tulip Air that was in the Flauder movie. Or TV show. No, it's Flauder in America. Yeah. And then I guess it used to be an actual airline called Tulip Air. And a lot of people didn't realize that, actually.
Taxis are available in the more populated areas like Nassau or Freeport, and many hotels will offer tours and private drivers to help you explore an island with ease. You could also choose to rent a car yourself if you are exploring the larger islands like New Providence. So now let's look at the typical prices. Hostels and budget hotel rooms will cost you between $40 to $100 per night.
Wait, what? Only $40 to $100 a night in the Bahamas? I mean, yeah, it's a hostel, right? But that's cheaper than I would expect it to be in the Bahamas, right? I mean,
Depending on the location and the amenities, while
they sponsored the movie. Tulip Air did. Yeah.
mid-range hotels will cost you between $150 to $300 per night. There are plenty of luxury resorts available in the Bahamas, and these tend to cost around $400 all the way up to $1,000 per night.
Okay, yeah, that's the Bahamas prices I was thinking, yeah. So if I ever went to the Bahamas, it's the hostel life for me, guys. I tell you what, you're just sleeping there. It's just because it's like you go somewhere as a tourist, right? You're spending most of your day in the Bahamas. You're going to the beach, right? You're going scuba diving, snorkeling, right? You're doing shit outside most of the day, and at the end of the day, you're going to be tired. You're just going to go back to the hotel and you're just going to hang out and sleep, lay on the bed and do what? Probably scroll through your phone, watch YouTube or TikTok or whatever you do until you go to sleep, right? That's, so it's like, why would I pay thousands of extra dollars for it just because it looks a little nicer there? I'd rather get the hostel or something, or like, and then I got more money to do other stuff, right? I mean, that's the way to do it. Unless I'm rich. If I'm rich, then sure, I get it, splurge. But,
Street food or meals at local eateries for less than $5. A sit-down meal at a casual restaurant will cost you between $20 to $40, whilst an upscale restaurant, especially at those high-end luxury resorts, will cost you between $100 to $200 per person.
See, so I'm going to the hostels, okay? I'll be eating the street food. I don't need no high-end. I'm not going to pay no $100 for some shrimp and a piece of corn. I mean, it may be amazing. It might be the most amazing shrimp in the world, the most beautiful shrimp, but no, not $100 worth for me. I don't see it.
For a 3-course meal.
Yeah,
so although the Bahamas,
what is that? That was frightening. Although if you're watching this from Norway or Denmark or whatever, and Iceland, right, places like that, they eat a lot of fish. You might look at this and be like, oh, that looks amazing. Maybe there's dishes similar in your area, maybe in Iceland or Norway, Sweden, maybe. I don't know. But it's not really for me when you can see its face. It looks like it looks like a dinosaur, guys, right? It looks like a dinosaur with a lime on its back. That's what it looks like to me. Prehistoric creature. I don't want to eat that. That doesn't... A dragon? A cooked dragon? Yeah, there we go. It does kind of look like a cooked dragon, right? It might be good, but I don't know.
So although the Bahamas is a...
Something about the face, you know, and I get that that's just the way it's served in a lot of places, but it just... I don't like when my food looks back. You know, without the head and all that, cool, whatever. Like, I know it's a fish. I know it's an animal. I know I'm eating a cow and I eat a cheeseburger, but like, my cheeseburger's not staring at me. You know what I mean?
Beautiful place to explore. It can be expensive, but there are ways that you can visit on a budget. Firstly, like we mentioned before, make sure to visit in the shoulder seasons when prices for flights and accommodation are generally lower. However, do avoid that hurricane season as the risk of storms can impact your plans. Compare budget accommodations by looking at affordable hostels, guest houses, and budget hotels. Be flexible with your flight dates if you want to save some money on those flights to the Bahamas. And when you are traveling between the islands, make sure to use the inter-island ferries for cheaper travel instead of the flights. If you can eat like a local, then you will save plenty of money on food, with local eateries and street vendors being considerably cheaper. Also,
well, and that's the thing. That's what I would want to do anyways, because the local people's not sitting up there in those 5-star hotels eating this world-class fried dragon for $100 a plate or whatever, right? And the regular people that live there are going to be eating regular food, right? And that's what I would want to eat. That's the real culture of the Bahamas. Just like when I go to the Netherlands, right? Like, sure, there's probably some 5-star hotels in the Netherlands with world-class cuisine and this and that. But how many of you guys are actually over here going to these places and eating $100 plates of food? It's probably not happening, right? I mean, you know, what do? You probably eat like out of the food wall, right? The FIBO or whatever, the food wall and stuff like that, right? You get like, you know, so... And of course, you know, regular plates of food, regular meals, but not something $100 and some a plate. That's just crazy, right? That's for tourists. I don't want to go over there. Obviously, I'm a tourist when I go to the Netherlands. I get that clearly, but I don't want to go over there and sit and do the tourist stuff and pay the tourist prices. I want to go into the community and pay the Dutch prices and do the Dutch stuff, if that makes sense, right?
Make sure to avoid those touristy areas with restaurants offering overpriced food in the ports. So now let's look at some of the best things to do. Firstly, you have to explore Nassau. Climb the historic...
Hold on, that looks pretty cool. What is that, like a theme park or something? It looks like a nice big ass water slide. That's kind of cool. I mean, right next to this massive hotel. Huge hotel. Definitely imagine going to another country and then eat McDonald's. You know what though? The thing with that is like, I get that, right? But I'm going to, just because I want to know what the difference is, right? I'm a curious person. I want to know because I do know that there's differences between the McDonald's in the United States and the McDonald's in another country. There's stuff on the menu in other countries' McDonald's that we don't have here. And I just kind of want to know what the difference is, just because I am a curious person. And, you know, it's like, it's not just going to another country and eating McDonald's, right? It's not, I wouldn't be going there and eating and getting the same food that I would randomly get. I don't even really get McDonald's a lot. I eat it sometimes, but like, it would be like different stuff. It's stuff that we don't have here. It's the Dutch version. It's Dutch McDonald's. It's Dutch Donald's. You know what I'm saying?
Climb the historic Queen Staircase carved out of limestone in the 18th century, and then make sure to stroll through the vibrant shopping district of Bay Street. Visit Paradise Island, where you can enjoy the water park, marine habitats, casinos and beaches at the Atlantis Resort, but then also relax on the beautiful popular Cabbage Beach. Swim with the pigs at the Big Major Key, snorkel...
The Big Bay. They just kind of glossed over it though. Swim with the pigs. We get to see it again.
Swim with the pigs.
Oh, he's just standing there. Swim with the pigs. Stand there in the water with the pig.
At the Big Major.
Okay, no, now, yeah, we got the pig swimming right here.
Key.
Hold on, what was the name of it? Sorry, I messed that up with the pausing.
Pigs at the Big Major Key, snorkel
Major
in
Key.
Thunderball Grotto, enjoy the unique pink sands beach, witness the dramatic contrast of the Atlantic Ocean meeting the bite of Eleuthera at the Glass Window Bridge, try some snorkeling or diving in Dean's Blue Hole, and then make sure to visit the Straw Market for local handcrafted souvenirs, jewelry, and straw goods.
I don't see.
Watch
wait,
this video to find
Hold on,
out
where's the straw goods? The straw market? Where's the straw stuff? What kind of straw market is that?
market for local.
Okay, yeah, local handmade goods, this and straw stuff. Okay, I guess I do see. There's let me see on right here. There's one little thing made out of straw, guys. Unless it shows something else soon, but that's all I'm seeing.
Handcrafted souvenirs, jewelry, and straw goods.
And straw goods. I would assume that they would be showing straw goods in this frame then, because this is the frame that said it. Maybe these. Maybe those are straw. I don't know.
Watch this video
Kind of a disappointing straw market, really.
to find out the 15 most romantic destinations in the USA.
Well, that's not what we're here for. But yeah, that was a pretty good video. So the pig thing was, what was the name of that babe? We're going to actually check that out next.
Atlantic Ocean meeting the bite, snorkel in Thunder habitats on the beautiful popular Cabbage Beach, swim with the pigs at the Big Major Key.
The Big Major Key. Major K, C-A-Y. All right, let's see here. Bitterballing. Let's see. Let's go through the chat here. Is the Bahamas not a very popular cruise destination from Florida? Oh, it probably is for sure. I would assume, yeah. I think so. I think so. But they also do the Florida Keys thing there, so they do a lot of cruises around that area also. No, don't you guys eat at the Michelin restaurants every day? Yeah, right. You'd be surprised by the quality of the McDonald's here, but it is not that cheap anymore. Better go to a cafeteria. Yeah, it's not that cheap here either. It really isn't. And oh, I know the quality over there would be way better for sure. That's why I want to check it out. The cat just almost took out my desk over here. $100 for food isn't that far-fetched in a local restaurant in the Netherlands these days? Well, then I'll hit it the Fabo wall. No, but you know, it depends on where you're at too. I mean, Amsterdam is going to be for sure more expensive, right, than anywhere else. Let's see. When my class in culinary school graduated, we were treated to a meal in a high-end restaurant. When we left, the whole class went into McDonald's because we were all still hungry as. Yeah, right. Yeah, big price, small portion. That's the high-class restaurant, right? High quality, sure, but you don't get much, right? Oh dear, I predict the McCroquet will be sold out when he is here. Is there a McCroquet? Is that a thing? Are you joking? Is that a thing? Do they have McCroquets? Bitterball and question mark. Couldn't even tell when I was at McDonald's the last time. Just ordering food is so much easier. Right. Let's see. McDonald's costs more than most proper takeaway nowadays too. You know, it's about that way in this country too, really. Never had food in a restaurant. I only for the food for more than 30 euros. Maybe with soup, 40 euros. Yeah, right. That's a little bit, that's more reasonable, right? Yeah, the fast low cost isn't the McDonald's anymore. No. Like for 15 euros, I can choose between a huge loaded nasi camper with 2 sorts of meat, 3 sorts of veggies, and an egg, or I can get a big tasty with some fries. We used to have a burger called the Big and Tasty here. Everybody used to joke and call it the Big and Nasty. I don't know why they did that. They did it so much. Nobody bought it. I loved it. I thought it was big and tasty, almost big and amazing. Not really big, really. Medium-sized. small, medium size, but the taste, the flavor was big, right? It was delicious. I loved it. Everybody else didn't like it for whatever reason. I don't know. They all made fun of it, called it the big and nasty. Nobody bought it. They pulled it off the menu. Now I can't get the damn thing. I'm sad. That's been years back, and I miss it, guys. I miss it. If there's a big and tasty, I might get me a Dutch big and tasty, guys. That might be the winning item if I do a Dutch McDonald's run while we're over there. They don't have a, yes, McCroquet is something at McDonald's in the Netherlands. I mean, I got to try that too, right? I mean, that seems interesting, right? That's totally a Dutch McDonald's item for sure. If you know Bernard Arnault, maybe he will show you how to visit the Indigo Island, LOL. I don't know who that is actually. The big and tasty here is probably huger. It's like 2,000 calories in one burger. Hey, that's what I want. Even in a location brasserie, what is the average meal nowadays? 25 euro, something like that. Hey, see, 25 euro, reasonable. I got to go to the bathroom. I drink a lot of coffee. I'll be back. Which actually, I'm going to need a refill soon, actually. Anyways. I usually go for a Burger King double bacon burger with the extra patty, extra bacon, extra cheese, and added chili peppers. Dang, that sounds good. I kind of would love that right now. There was a time we had a double bacon tasty too, but I think they removed that after complaints from some health organizations. A double bacon tasty? Jeez. Why are you guys lucky? You get a double, and one of the only good things I actually liked at McDonald's at the time. You know, I like the food. It tastes good. I know it's bad quality. And the service is terrible here. They always screw up your order. That's why usually I don't do fast food. If we're out and about and we don't have time to cook at the house and whatever, and we'll stop at somewhere and like Wendy's or something usually. Sometimes Burger King. Nearest Burger King is an Appledorn for me, and it's not that good over there. All right, let's check out the swimming pigs on Big Major K in the Exumas. Let's see, right? Yeah, there we go. It's like 6 minutes. Let's check it out, guys. We got the Matthew Loop channel, or Lope, depending on how you would pronounce it, right? Swimming pigs on a Big Major K. Not on the Big Major K, but on Big Major K in the Bahamas. Or in the Exumas. I don't know what the Exumas actually means. Does anybody know about that? Exumas.
What's up, Facebook? Look at that pig. Pig Beach.
So they're just wild there? Wild pig? Because I mean, I guess that's not odd. Wild boars are a thing in a lot of places in the world, right? A lot of seagulls there.
Love, you want to feed these pigs. Look at this.
Okay, there we go. I'm hearing better.
That's a big ass pig.
That is a big ass pig.
Wow. Ethan, Sebastian. Hey, buddy. Sebastian, what do you think of those pigs? Do you like those pigs? Ethan.
Says, I'm just thinking that that would make some hella good bacon if they're swimming around in salty water all day. I mean, you're probably right. They're marinating in some salty water a lot, aren't they?
Like those pigs?
That's the one that bites right here.
This is the one that bites.
A lot of wind noise on this, though. If I clip this out for a video later, or for like, you know, a standalone video reaction, I should be able to mess with the audio, make it sound a little better.
What do
Get
you
rid of
guys
some
think
of
of
that
this?
noise from the wind, but I wonder how much that pig weighs. It's hard to tell when it's just in the water without stuff around it for like size comparison, but it looks pretty good size. It doesn't look massive though.
Hey, Sebastian, stay here. It might be a snack.
Oh, some lean pork. Yeah, probably. So weird to see pigs at the beach. Yeah, it is. You know, I didn't know they could swim, actually. And if I did know that, if I seen it somewhere, I forgot it, I guess.
Are those seagulls nice? Are those?
I think they're just really hungry.
Why are they seagulls?
They are just very hungry. Mm.
I want to feed the pig some more.
You do?
Yes, I want to feed the pig some more.
Sí, estos cerdos los trajeron aquí hace
Sorry.
muchísimos años.
How beautiful this water is.
I wonder how far out they swim. Is that pigs out there, or is that, what is that? Is there something, you can barely see it, but there's something like right here, and there's something like right there. I think they're pigs, I can't really tell. Another bay of pigs. Where I saw a pig bay somewhere else before. There might be someone, another one somewhere else. I'm not sure. I didn't even know that this place existed, actually.
Sebastian, you want to feed this pig? That's a beast. Wow, look at that one, Sebastian.
Is that a beast?
Wow. Big
Looks
one.
like a good sized pig, right? I mean, it looks pretty solid too.
Maybe she's correct.
And it looks like the fur's pretty water resistant. Like it doesn't look wet at all. Like it looks like it sheds the water off pretty good, like a seal or something, right? Like seals have the fur like that. We've seen that in that Greenland video. Because they were making like the shoes out of like the seal fur. Or skin, whatever you'd want to call it, right?
Oh, look at it.
I wonder if they do this naturally, or if they just learn to do it because people feed them from the boats. Yeah, good point, good point. It could be they just got trained and conditioned. Yeah.
I want to feed the pig more, Daddy.
You guys want to go on the island?
I want to feed the pig more, Daddy.
I want to hang out with the pigs.
Bread? Give him some bread?
The pig?
Yes.
Yes.
Give him any carrots?
They can have bread, right? Yeah, bread, carrots. Oh, wait, they can't have carrots? I don't know. I would think they can have carrots, right?
That's just I want to feed the pig more, Daddy. Daddy, I want to feed the pig more.
So is that all this one is then? Just... I mean, we'll finish it out. There's only another minute anyways. Apparently also on Carousel.
There's our Captain Fishing, doing a great job.
I want to feed the pig more.
You want to feed the pigs?
Pigs are
Yes.
Okay.
very intelligent, so the
What else
feeding
do
is
pigs
very
like?
likely.
Everything?
Probably, yeah. Wait, it looks like a sea snake just swam by. Hold on, let's see. Let's see how far back was that comment. Let's just put it right here. Is there a sea snake?
There's our Captain Fishing, doing a great job.
I want to feed the pig more.
You want to feed the pigs more?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, there was a
else do
shadow
pigs
of a
like?
bird. There was a shadow of a bird, but there's also something possibly here. And then of course this here, this is just the anchor of the boat or whatever, I guess, but maybe that over there's a sea snake.
Everything.
Wait, is that? That could be.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
Video, right?
How many pigs inhabit the island?
We never really get a count, but it's close to 100. All of them come out at the same time.
100? There's 100 pigs is there? At a time? Oh no, way back. It was a bit earlier. Sorry. Maybe Trump is swimming there. LOL. Pigs will eat anything. Carrots, taters, unalive bodies. Yeah. I think you're right. I think I've definitely heard that before. That pigs will eat anything, right? So yeah, that was kind of cool. We had swimming pigs on the big major K in the Exumas. Very cool. So I'm just going to type in Bahamas, enter, and there was that vlog video. Where was it at? Let's type in Bahamas vlog. Or no, it was the history one. It was a history video. I'll type in Bahamas history. It was this one. The history of the Bahamas is not as beautiful as the country. Oh no. Well, I think a lot of countries have dark pasts, so. Dang. It's getting windy out there, guys. Anyways, yeah, so a lot of history, a lot of countries have dark pasts, right? I mean, you can't just say it's just the Bahamas. And I'm sure they got some messed up stuff going on in their past, but we're going to get into it here, right? We're going to check into it.
Welcome to World History Explored.
Hold on. Welcome to World History Explored. That's the name of the channel. Good deal. We got a like right there. And it says, discover the captivating history of the Bahamas with World History Explored. From its early days as a haven for the indigenous Lucayan people to its time as a pirate stronghold and British colony. The pirate stuff's going to be super cool. Love some pirate stuff, right? The Bahamas story is filled with adventure, resilience, and transformation. Learn how this stunning archipelago evolved into the vibrant, independent nation we know today. Good deal. Go ahead and check it out, guys. Thanks for watching with me. Make sure you hit like on the stream and the video and all that good stuff. That would be awesome if you did that.
Today, we uncover the rich and fascinating history of the Bahamas, an archipelago known for its pristine waters, diverse culture, and storied past. From the earliest settlements to the modern era, the Bahamas has been a significant crossroads of cultures, economies, and geopolitics. Join us as we explore the compelling journey of this Caribbean gem. The Lucayan era. The history of the Bahamas originates with the migration of the Lucayans, a subgroup of the Taino people who spoke Arawakan languages. Between 500 and 800 AD, these skilled seafarers traveled in large dugout canoes from Hispaniola and Cuba to the islands of the Bahamas. The Lucayans were attracted by the archipelago's uninhabited islands, abundant marine life, and resources, which provided a perfect environment for settlement. By 1000 AD, the Lucayan population flourished, growing to an estimated 40,000 people spread across the archipelago's larger islands.
Okay, that's a
Their
lot of
lives
people.
were deeply connected to the environment. They farmed cassava, maize, sweet potatoes, and other crops suited to the Caribbean climate.
So it said, so how many islands is there? We're going to look. How many islands? Let's see. Bahamas, how many islands? Archipelago of nearly 700 islands and over 2,400 Ks, but only about 30%, or only about 30 are inhabited, with major islands including New Providence, home to Nassau, and Grand Bahama, offering diverse experiences from bustling cities to secluded natural spots. So Bahamas is a country, right? I'm going to check it out. Is Bahamas a country? Or is it just like a community of islands? Okay, yes, it is an independent island country with numerous islands, though. All right, cool. So right here, we got the islands, Grand Bahamas, this and that. Okay, so they got their own names for each one. Okay, the Exumas, this is the one with the Pig Bay. The Exumas is the island in the Bahamas. Rum Cay, Crooked Island. They got some names from the pirates, I bet. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, of course it was a pirate haven. Look at all the islands there. They could just hop from one to the next and hide their stuff. And all right, back to the video. Even though it's an AI video, it's informative. We're still learning here, right?
They excelled in crafting tools and ornaments from materials like conch shells and wood, which were abundant in their surroundings.
Right.
Their expertise extended to weaving intricate baskets, hammocks, and mats that reflected their artistic skills. Lucayan society was structured around small communities, each governed by a cacique, chief, who held dual authority as a political and spiritual leader. Their spiritual practices centered on semes, sacred objects that represented their gods or ancestral
Samos?
spirits. Ceremonies, rituals, and offerings were integral to their way of life, and their belief system emphasized harmony with nature. Despite their thriving culture and sustainable way of life, the isolation of the Lucayans left them vulnerable to external threats. The arrival of Europeans in 1492 would have
Yeah, that's the Christopher Columbus. Yeah, someone in chat said Christopher Columbus in 1492. Yeah, a country that contains a lot of islands, very close to Miami. Dang, never realized that there was that many islands. I guess 27, seeing 30 are inhabited. I was kind of close. It was so far. Yeah, 30 inhabited, but like 700 or something, around 700. That's crazy, right?
abruptly end their centuries-long
This video is only 17 minutes, actually. Yeah.
period of prosperity, resulting in the near eradication of their population and the loss of their unique cultural heritage.
See, Christopher Columbus coming over here and you know, just the Europeans coming over here and messing things up, guys. It's okay. I'm glad you did, because I obviously wouldn't be here if the Europeans didn't come over here, because most of the people here have European ancestry, right? We all know this. So I'm glad it happened in a way, but like, you know.
European exploration and early colonization, 1492 to 1648. On October 12, 1492, Christopher Columbus made landfall in the Bahamas. Landing on an island he renamed San Salvador, known to the indigenous Lucayans as Guanahani. This historic encounter marked the first contact between Europeans and the peoples of the Americas. Columbus was
You know, in history, a lot of times they make it seem like that happened like here in the United States. So wrong.
initially greeted by the Lucayans with kindness and curiosity, but this meeting would soon have catastrophic consequences for the native population. Columbus and subsequent Spanish explorers viewed the Bahamas as a strategic entry point to the New World. However, the Spanish had little interest in the islands themselves due to the lack of gold or other valuable resources. Instead, they saw the Lucayan population as a source of labor for other colonies. By the mid-1500s, nearly all Lucayans, approximately 40,000 people, were forcibly relocated to work in gold mines and plantations on Hispaniola and other islands. Their enslavement led to extreme suffering and the near extinction of the Lucayan people. For over a century, the Bahamas remained largely abandoned, used sporadically by mariners as a refuge or for salvaging shipwrecks.
So the Nassau name, Nassau Bahamas, is that from the Dutch? Is that a Dutch thing? I was too small on your screen. 17 minutes is fine. I have to go around 8 p.m. 40 minutes from now. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It wasn't until the mid-17th century that permanent settlements were reestablished. In 1648, British Puritans known as the Eleutheran adventurers sought religious freedom.
Oh, Nassau's a region in Germany. Okay.
And left Bermuda to colonize the Bahamas. They settled on Eleuthera Island, naming it after the Greek word for freedom. However, the settlers faced numerous challenges, including infertile soil, lack of fresh water, and resistance from the Spanish. Despite these obstacles, the Eleutherans laid the foundation for British colonization and established rudimentary governance structures that influenced the Bahamas' future development. The Age of Piracy, 1670 to 1720. By the late 17th century, the Bahamas had become a center for piracy, drawing infamous figures from across the Atlantic. Its location along major shipping routes made it a strategic haven for pirates seeking to intercept treasure-laden.
Of course they used Johnny Depp. Of course they used that as the pirate, right?
Spanish galleons and other merchant vessels. The absence of effective governance turned Nassau, the capital of New Providence Island, into the infamous Republic of Pirates. This era was characterized.
Hold on, Republic of Pirates? Hold on, I need to check into my pirate history, guys. I'm just saying. Republic of Pirates? Which island? I was too busy talking about the Johnny Depp thing and like Captain Jack Sparrow and
along major shipping routes made it a strategic haven for pirates seeking to intercept treasure-laden Spanish galleons and other merchant vessels. The absence of effective governance.
Did I miss it? Somebody says, Pirates of the Caribbean were largely Dutch. They were also in the Bahamas to attack Spain during the 80 Years' War. Yeah, so I'm descended. I'm related, not descended directly, but like, or maybe I am descended. I don't know. He's in my family tree. I don't remember if I'm directly descended. I think I am. Cornelius van Tienhoven. He's a Dutch guy. Was working in one of the, I don't know if it was the East Indies or the West India company. I think it was a West India company. I'm not sure. Maybe it was VOC. I don't know. Came over and was like the first, like, basically like the first, like, sheriff of New Amsterdam. And then done a bunch of bad stuff, pissed off a bunch of people, got in a bunch of fights with some Indians, and started, like, I guess what's called as like the Peachtree War or something. And then basically he dipped out, and they've never found him. They think that there's two stories. He either washed up or like drowned in a river during his escape, or he fled to Barbados and became a pirate. So that may or may not have been why. The Cornelius, like the New Amsterdam sheriff thing, that's true. What happened to the guy? Don't know. Did he turn into a pirate? I don't know. But that's kind of cool that it was one of my ancestors.
Turned Nassau, the capital of New Providence Island, into the infamous Republic of Pirates.
Okay, Nassau. Okay, so this is the Republic of Pirates. That's where Nassau is now, right?
This era was characterized by lawlessness, with pirates far outnumbering legitimate settlers. Figures such as Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, Charles Vane, and Anne Bonny operated with near impunity, using Nassau as their primary base. Pirate crews.
How much pirate treasure's buried down there, guys? You think there's still pirate treasure buried there? I bet there is.
Attacked and plundered ships, amassing significant wealth while disrupting colonial trade routes. The pirate population created a chaotic but oddly structured society in Nassau. Some settlers collaborated with pirates, profiting by trading supplies for stolen goods. Meanwhile, the British Crown struggled to impose order. Attempts to suppress piracy were hampered by corrupt local officials who either ignored the pirates or actively colluded with them for bribes. In 1718, King George I appointed Woodes Rogers as the first royal governor of the Bahamas to restore order. Rogers arrived with a fleet of Royal Navy ships and offered pardons to pirates willing to renounce their criminal activities. Many accepted the offer, including the infamous Benjamin Hornigold, who became an ally.
So wait, what did they do? They're bribing the, or wait, hold on.
George I appointed Woodes Rogers as the first royal governor of the Bahamas to restore order. Rogers arrived with a fleet of Royal Navy ships and offered pardons to pirates willing to renounce their criminal activities.
Okay, so pardon if they stop doing what, so you're just off the hook, no charges, just clean slate, stop what you're doing, I think, right?
Many accepted the offer, including the infamous Benjamin Hornigold, who became an ally in the campaign against remaining pirates. Rogers also implemented strict measures, including building fortifications and establishing courts, effectively ending the Republic of Pirates. His leadership marked the transition from a lawless haven to a more stable British colony. If you're enjoying this journey through history, take a moment to support World History Explored. Like this video, share it with friends, and Loyalists, 18th century. British colonization and the Loyalists, 18th century. The 18th century marked the consolidation of British control over the Bahamas. The island's economy revolved around salvaging shipwrecks, producing salt, and fishing, with agriculture remaining limited due to poor soil quality. The British Crown supported infrastructure.
Oh, is pirate life's over at that point? 1700s, or is there still piracy?
Development, including the construction of ports and fortifications to solidify their presence in the region. The American Revolution, 1775 to 1783, brought significant changes to the Bahamas. After the war, Loyalists, colonists who remained loyal to the British Crown, fled the newly independent United States and sought refuge in the Bahamas. The British government granted them land.
They're now still in Somalia. Oh, the pirates. Yeah, I heard about that. Somalian pirates over there in over around Africa and stuff. Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess that is a thing, huh? I admit it, I'm a bit of a pirate fanboy. Yeah, I mean, pirates are cool. I mean, of course, they'd probably be scary if you come up across, you know, back in the day. I don't know, right? I mean, the way that they're portrayed sometimes, you would think that, you know, you wouldn't want to come across one in the real world or be on the opposite side of one, right? Probably. But you never know. Maybe they were cool-ass people. Who knows? Probably nothing like they're portrayed in the movies anyways, really.
The British government granted them land, and they attempted to establish plantations using enslaved African labor. This migration tripled the population of the Bahamas, with enslaved Africans and their descendants forming the majority. Despite their ambitions, the Loyalists faced numerous challenges. The Bahamas soil was ill-suited for large-scale agriculture, and pests like the boll weevil devastated cotton crops. Hurricanes also frequently disrupted their efforts. Nevertheless, the Loyalists left a lasting impact on the Bahamas, including the introduction of plantation culture and the expansion of slavery. The abolition of the transatlantic slave trade in 1807 marked the beginning of significant social and economic changes. The British Navy intercepted illegal slave ships and resettled freed Africans in the Bahamas, enriching the island's cultural diversity. By the late 18th century, Nassau had emerged as the political and economic hub of the colony, laying the groundwork for its future as a center of trade and governance. The Bahamas in the 19th century. The 19th century was a period of profound transformation for the Bahamas.
Is that when it started? Yeah, it started doing its tourism thing, probably, right? Starting building up. Jan Jansen was a famous pirate.
Marked by economic shifts, social reforms, and growing cultural diversity. Following the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade in 1807, the British Navy actively intercepted illegal slave ships and resettled freed Africans in the Bahamas. These liberated Africans formed self-sustaining communities, enriching the island's cultural landscape with their traditions, language, and skills.
Okay.
The economic focus shifted from plantation agriculture, which had largely failed due to poor soil and pests, to maritime industries such as fishing, sponging, and salvaging shipwrecks.
What is sponging? How does one go about doing a sponge session? What is that? How do you sponge?
Wrecking, or the recovery of goods from shipwrecks, became a significant and lucrative activity.
Oh, like sea sponges, harvesting sea sponges. Is that what it is? I bet. Oh, I bet that's what it is, guys.
Goods from shipwrecks became a significant and lucrative activity, particularly in Nassau. The strategic location of the Bahamas along major shipping routes made the islands a hub for such activities, attracting merchants and adventurers alike. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, brought a brief period of prosperity as the Bahamas became a center for Confederate blockade runners. Nassau served as a staging ground for smuggling cotton to Europe in exchange for arms and munitions. This economic boom, however, was short-lived, and the islands reverted to struggling with limited resources and challenges posed by natural disasters like hurricanes. Social reforms gradually began to take root during this period. Churches and schools were established to address educational and social inequalities.
They finally put some churches and schools there, huh?
With missionaries playing a key role in community development. Despite these efforts, progress was uneven, and the rigid racial and class hierarchies of colonial society persisted. The abolition of slavery in 1834 marked a significant turning point, leading to the gradual emancipation of enslaved people. Freedmen carved out new lives, often working in the maritime industries or farming small plots of land, and began to reshape the social and economic fabric of the islands. The Bahamas in the 20th century.
So this is where it goes to tourism, the 20th century. I was about 100 years off on that one, but yeah, so this is where they start building up the tourist industry, would be in the 20th century.
The 20th century ushered in an era of modernization and political change for the Bahamas. The island's economy saw significant growth driven by tourism and offshore banking, which became the twin pillars of economic development. World War II highlighted the strategic importance of the Bahamas. Nassau served as a naval base.
Or not translation, but like the AI voice thing, it gets the pronunciations wrong. So anyways, Nassau serves as something base.
Highlighted the strategic importance of the Bahamas. Nassau served as a naval base for Allied forces, and the islands played a supporting role in the war effort. The construction of Oaks Field, the first airport in the Bahamas, marked the beginning of aviation in the region and set the stage for the post-war tourism boom. The natural beauty of the Bahamas, combined with its proximity to the United States, made it an attractive destination for American tourists, particularly after the closure of Havana, Cuba, to U.S. travelers in 1961.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We're not allowed to even go to Cuba, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not even allowed to go to Cuba as an American, but I'll be right back. All right.
Resorts, casinos, and luxury amenities transformed Nassau and Freeport into bustling tourist hubs.
I'll have to let the dog
Modern
back in
political
soon.
development began after World War II. The formation of the first political parties in the 1950s signaled the start of a more organized and democratic governance structure. The Progressive Liberal Party, founded in 1953, and the United Bahamian Party, founded in 1956, became the two main political forces shaping the island's future. In 1964, the Bahamas achieved self-government, with Sir Roland Simonet, leader of the UBP, serving as the first premier. This milestone marked the beginning of the island's transition
What is a premier? First premier? What is that?
from colonial rule to independence. Sir Lyndon O. Pindling, leader of the PLP, became the first black premier in 1967, reflecting the growing influence of the majority African-descended population in the nation's political landscape. In 1968, the title
Oh, okay. President. So premier, just president.
of premier was changed to prime minister, further emphasizing the
Okay.
Bahamas' growing autonomy. Independent Bahamas and contemporary development. On July 10, 1973,
This is when they gained their independence.
the Bahamas achieved full independence, becoming a sovereign nation within the Commonwealth of Nations.
And those babies came on the country's 43rd anniversary. We caught up with Raimi Ferguson, who was born on July 10, 1973, when the Bahamas became an independent nation.
The celebration of independence marked a new chapter in Bahamian history, with its people taking control of their political, economic, and cultural destiny. Tourism and offshore finance continued to dominate the economy in the post-independence era. The Bahamas established itself as a global financial hub, attracting investments and businesses with its favorable tax policies and banking secrecy laws.
Banking secrecy laws. Is this one of those places that has like those weird, like people, like you always hear people laundering money and they got like all these bank accounts and like these offshore like places, and this is one of those places, isn't it?
Meanwhile, the tourism industry thrived, with millions of visitors drawn to the island's pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and vibrant culture. Nassau
But without tourism, wouldn't be doing so good, probably, right?
and Freeport became international gateways, and new developments expanded tourism to the out islands, spreading economic benefits more broadly. Despite its economic successes, the Bahamas faced significant challenges. Issues such as education, healthcare, housing, and environmental sustainability
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't even have like education there until like the, what was it, the 50s or something, when they finally started building like houses or like like schools and churches or something. I don't remember.
required ongoing attention. The islands also contended with illegal immigration, particularly from Haiti, and international narcotics trafficking, which posed threats to security and
Don't let Trump find out. Better watch out, guys. Better watch out.
stability. Hurricane Dorian in 2019 highlighted the vulnerability of the Bahamas to climate change
185 mile an hour winds. Holy shit. That's crazy.
and natural disasters. The storm devastated the
Jeez.
Abaco Islands and Grand Bahama, causing over $7 billion in damages and displacing thousands of residents. The recovery efforts underscored the need for resilient infrastructure and sustainable development practices to mitigate the impact of future disasters. The political landscape of the Bahamas remained vibrant, with power alternating between the Progressive Liberal Party, PLP, and the Free National Movement, FNM. Leadership changes reflected the dynamic nature of Bahamian democracy, as citizens demanded accountability and progress from their government. Cultural advancements also marked the modern era. The establishment of the University of the Bahamas in 2016 expanded educational opportunities and underscored the
So they finally got like a actual university there? 50 years after they got their first school, probably. Is that how it sounds? I mean, they're doing good. They're finally they're in the right, they're going in the right direction, right? Definitely going in the right direction. As long they need to figure out something in case tourism, you know, because if like World War III hits, tourism's gonna be like not a thing. they need a backup plan, right? Like they need something. They need to start like build a couple factories. Then if you can't plant stuff, make some greenhouses, right? Yeah.
Expanded educational opportunities and underscored the nation's commitment to fostering knowledge and innovation. Today, the Bahamas stands as a beacon of resilience and cultural diversity, celebrating its rich history while striving to build a sustainable and inclusive future. Conclusion: the history of the Bahamas is a compelling narrative of resilience, adaptation, and cultural evolution.
Pirates.
From the arrival of the Lucayans, who first made these islands their home, to the transformative periods of European colonization, the age of piracy, and eventual independence, the Bahamas has been shaped by the confluence of civilizations and historical forces. Each chapter in its past reveals a story of challenges met with ingenuity and strength. Achieving independence in 1973 was a monumental step, empowering the Bahamian people to forge their own destiny.
Right.
The thriving tourism and finance industries reflect the nation's ability to leverage its unique assets, while its rich culture.
But they need something as a backup plan. It's like you can't just rely on tourism. Something bad might happen. You never know. Chloe James, how are you? I'm doing great. Hopefully you're doing good too, right? The banking in the Bahamas system's like in Switzerland. Okay.
Cultural heritage, shaped by African, European, and indigenous influences, continues to resonate in its traditions, art, and society. Today, the Bahamas is not only a paradise celebrated for its natural beauty, but also a nation with a proud history and a bright future. Its story is a reminder of the enduring power of human spirit and cultural identity. Thank you for joining World History, explored on this journey through the captivating history of the Bahamas. Please like this video.
It was kind of cool. I wish maybe they would have kind of like went into the pirate thing a little bit more. Pirate stuff is super cool, but I guess it wasn't a video specifically about pirates in the Bahamas. It was just the history of the Bahamas. Pirates just happen to be a small portion of that, so it makes sense that it wasn't a big focus, but like pirate stuff's kind of cool, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching that with me, and make sure you hit like on the stream, on the video if you're watching it later after I clipped it out into a video. That too. So what are you guys up to? Did you learn anything? I did. Right here we got Nassau, Republic of Pirates, the pirate port. We got to check this out. We totally got to check out a pirate video since we're checking out Bahamas. It's Bahamas Day, right? Only 17 likes is disappointing. Hey, you're right, Mr. Flap. That is disappointing. I'm ashamed of you guys. I'm just playing. I love you guys. I'm going to go get some more coffee. I had to get a few little cookies to snack on too. All right, so we got Nassau, Republic of Pirates, the Pirates Port by the channel. Oh, the channel's name is the Pirates Port. So, yeah, the channel name the Pirates Port. Hit like on that, and we're gonna check this out, guys. Nassau, Bahamas.
Today we think of Nassau being a tropical vacation paradise full of beautiful hotels with pristine white sand beaches and crystal clear waters. Cruise ships routinely stop here, and divers explore the gorgeous coral reefs.
We're not going to watch that one. That one's too annoying. Undo my like. We're going to find a better video. The AI voice is too annoying. So it's not going to be the Pirates Port, guys. Sorry, I lied. I am going to type in Republic of Pirates, though. Coffee again? Yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. Yeah. We got that time pirates started a country. That would be Nassau, Bahamas, wouldn't it? Let me see if there's anything else. Why isn't there any like more pirate videos? But anyways, yeah, so we're just gonna check out this one here. As long as it's not like a weird AI voice. That time, where'd it go? Where'd it go? That time pirates started a country.
Quick, leave your...
Okay, cool. I like these kind of videos, a little animated kind of ones. They're kind of fun. Historically is the name of the channel. So it doesn't say anything in the description. Yeah, so I would assume this one's going to be talking about Nassau. If not, whatever. It's still a pirate video. We're still going to enjoy it, guys. Thanks for watching with me.
Your stupid farmer job and become a privateer, so we make sure France doesn't become a global superpower. Alright, thanks guys. The War of the Spanish Succession is over. Well, I suppose that I gotta thank you somehow. You're fired. Get out of my office. Well, that sucks. What are we supposed to do with all these warships, cannons, and not vitamin C's that we bought ourselves? We could start our own pirate republic on the strategically placed island of Nassau. Yes, let's do it. And so, over 1,500 battle-hardened Spanish, and now British-hating lads, sailed across the globe ready to claim their new hangout spot. And they quite literally just claimed it, even though it's one of the most strategically important spots in the Atlantic. Let's talk about that for a bit.
Of course they would just claim it. They're pirates, right? They're pirates. Pirates are not gone. They're Somalis right now. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Somali daycare fraud going on in this country, actually. Not the topic of the video. Just thought I'd throw that out there. It's a thing. And Somali pirates, I guess, right? Piracy lasted around 80 years. You would think it was longer, right? I mean, actually, the golden age of piracy probably is what you're assuming or talking about, right? Because clearly there is modern day piracy, right?
Let's talk about that for a bit. And hi, my name is Pirate Oliver. I like pirates. Historically facts,
like pirates.
Part 12. Alright, so how did this pirate country start? Well, the year is 1666, 35 years before the War of the Spanish Succession. Or rather, the war about which powerful family gets to own...
Sorry. Alright, so that's 32 years before the Spanish Succession or something? I can check.
Spanish succession, or rather 1666, 35 years before the War of the Spanish Succession.
35 years before the War of the Spanish Succession. Okay.
Or rather, the war about which powerful family gets to own Spain and its territory.
Okay, we got the Bourbon family. Don't know who that is. Habsburg family. I knew who that is. That's the inbred family from somewhere in Europe. Had a weird jaw because of the inbreeding. Yeah, don't be banging your brothers and sisters out there, guys. It's not recommended.
Which was a lot. It was a time of peace.
Keep your hands off your cousins and all that stuff too, okay?
International friendship and who am I kidding? Every major power was 24/7 raiding each other's colonies and ships.
Yeah, they were.
One day in 1666, a young Brit almost banks his ship on the shallow shores of a very conveniently positioned island. He names it, very patriotically, Charlestown.
Hey,
named after the...
I like the name. It's a very nice name, Charlestown. Very nice. Very nice.
Charlestown, named after the King of England. Charles II? Odd name. He starts
Named after me, of course. It's really named after me.
gathering his friends, and slowly and surely, they build a fort. A small town to make it truly Charlestown and not Charles Rock, and start to trade with the nearby locals. It's a nice, cute, little colonial community. Shame I'm going to burn it down, says the Spanish admiral in 1684. And he did. The whole town was turned to charcoal. And
Well, that wasn't very nice. 1684. Wait a minute. Was that the end of the 80 Years' War in the Netherlands? Did they get pissed off? Did the Spanish people get pissed off that they got kicked out of the Netherlands and they went over there and burnt down Charlestown in Nassau? Is that what happened?
the colonists were bullied off the island. But just like cockroaches, the British popped up again. And to throw the Spanish off, this time they named the island Nassau, named after the recently appointed Protestant King of England, William III. I don't get it.
Okay, and that's the guy, William William of Orange. Yeah, is this William of Orange? Just different people, different countries refer to him as different names and stuff?
Willem was part of the Nassau family, that's why it's called Nassau. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The British rebuilt the whole island, slapped a fancy, stronger fort on top, and audibly laughed at the Spanish every time they tried to take the island. Fast forward to the 1700s, and we are now in the early stages of the War of the Spanish Succession. England is still laughing at Spain's attempt to reclaim the island, but then Big Bro jumps in to help Spain, and the island gets flattened a second time.
So ignore and Bonnie. What does that mean?
This time, they made sure to spray French artifacts everywhere. You know, so those annoying Brits wouldn't return. With the...
Wait, what? Why is he shooting croissants out of a cannon at the British people? I missed something. We gotta check this out again. What's going on here?
Claim the island, but then Big Bro jumps in to help Spain, and the island gets flattened a second time. This time, they made sure to spray French artifacts everywhere. You know, so those annoying Brits wouldn't return. With the whole island flattened again, it became abandoned. Technically, it was under British rule, but in practice, there was no government, no defense, and no law. Just a beautiful port, empty buildings, and broken walls. Yep, don't mind me, I'm just selling rum. Oh no. Run! Ever heard of Blackbeard? How about Jack Rackham?
Hey, that's me.
Maybe Charles Vane? All these pirate legends had their pirate careers from Nassau. Hell, even the most known pirate flag is from Nassau itself. But just like a crew needs a captain...
Oh yeah, the flags. That's the thing. A lot of people think of the pirate flag and they think of like that flag, right? The typical skull and crossbones. That was just one of many flags. Just like nowadays, there's many flags for many things and this and that. And every crew and every pirate ship, whatever group had their own little version of a flag. Some of them looked goofy. I've seen them before. And some of them looked super cool. And then of course, the one from Nassau is the typical one that people think of.
Nassau needed a pirate governor.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm not making this name up, Benjamin Hornigold. You couldn't get a more pirate in...
Oh, dude, that's like the most pirate name. What are you talking about?
name even if you tried. As a privateer turned pirate, he looked at the chaos that was unfolding on the island and said, "Alright, enough is enough. If we want this all to work out, we need to put some rules on the ground." He gathers the captains, tells them to put the swords down and to stop headbutting over whose parrot is actually cooler, and finally start building what will become the world's first accidentally democratic pirate commune. And the pirates? They listened. Effectively, Hornigold forged himself into becoming the first president of the Pirate Republic. His first act as president was to enforce rules.
See, that's the thing is like, I didn't even know that this was ever a thing. Ever. I didn't know. I thought Pirate's Life for me, like they're all just independent, like, and they're like guerrilla factions kind of thing, but it's like, no, like they had a democratically held election here. That's pretty civilized, right? Pretty civilized.
For example, from now on, crews voted for their captains. No longer the loudest guy gets to automatically be the leader. Another big reform was that loot was now to be shared fairly. And most reforming of them all, if you lost, for example, a leg during battle, you got compensated for the work hazard. But Hornigold, for all his pirateness, had one very weird quirk. He refused to attack English ships. Like, he would happily rob a Spanish galleon blind, torch a French sloop, and pants a Dutch merchant captain in broad daylight. But if you were flying the Union Jack, he would tip his hat and say, "Cheerio, mate," which was a little awkward, considering the entire point of Nassau was just taking it to the British Empire. So, after
Interesting guy, right?
ruling the pirate country for 3 years, the pirates voted for a different president. And he was succeeded by none other than his spooky bearded apprentice, Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard. Blackbeard wasn't interested in building a republic, he was building a brand. He lit fuses in his beard, strapped pistols across his chest, and
He lit fuses in his beard? Is that, hold on,
he was building a brand. He lit fuses in his beard, strapped pistols across his chest, and draped himself in black like a pirate in Batman. Okay, show off, you might think, but this whole brand building was actually genius. The stories of him and his crew became known all across the Atlantic. Everyone was afraid of the pirate maniac. Merchant ships surrendered the moment they saw his flag, practically donating the loot. Nassau flourished under Blackbeard's rule. The harbor filled with ships, markets popped up selling stolen cargo, bad rum, and maybe one or two cursed objects.
So this is one of the flags here, yeah, that must be Blackbeard's flag. It doesn't look anything like the typical sort of pirate flag that you would see today, necessarily, right?
Pirates of all flags poured into Nassau. British, Irish, American, Afro-Caribbean, even a few confused Scandinavians. Nassau had become the Las Vegas of the Atlantic. No rules, no kings, and definitely no taxes. Cool, said Blackbeard during his 3rd year as a president. Anyway, I'm bored. So he sailed north, made deals, blockaded entire ports, and left the Republic in somewhat capable hands?
So he didn't give a shit no more. Yeah, it had a ladle, right? Yeah, right.
Well, not more capable than the sponsor of this video, Quailbot. I like writing about pirates.
There you go,
well,
guys. Go get you.
It doesn't steal your gold.
Hold on here.
Just like Blackbeard got rid of his president.
Get you that Quailbot thing if you want to go to that original channel, I guess, and scope it out. Well, we're not going to watch it right now. Sorry. I know people give me hate sometimes for skipping a sponsor bit, but it's okay. I think it'll be okay.
Meet the 3rd and most radical president of the Pirate Republic, Charles Vane. Imagine if...
I thought they were going to say Charles Vest for a second. Like, damn straight.
Anger had a body, yeah, that was Charles Vane.
If anger had a body? Wait, never mind. I just wanted to be a cool pirate, not angry. I like being angry.
Imagine if anger had a body, yeah, that was Charles Vane.
Yeah.
While Hornigold was the rule maker and Blackbeard was the showman, Vane was the edgelord extremist. He believed the only good British ship was a burning one, diplomacy was for cowards and poets. Cool. No wait, not cool. In 1718, the year when Vane got president, there was a massive influx of pirate settlers due to the massive layoffs in the European countries. Everyone went to Nassau, which the King of England, Willem III, started to notice due to literally every ship sailing towards America. Huh.
You going back?
Salutations! Yar, ya scallywag. Where are you sailing to? Cringe? How dare you address your king like... where are we sailing off to, matey? Haven't you heard?
Wait, hold on. Who was that? Oh, was this King Charles guy? Wait.
Nassau has become the place for all the privateers who got laid off. We're going to start our own pirate country, with blackjack and cookers. The king can stick it up his arse for having us fight all this time for his country, just to fire us the day after. Oh, I see. Alright, thank you. Hey, how's that for us?
Yes, that's the king, I guess, huh?
Up your arse, huh? Now that the teacher knows about their cool hideout, the Nassau boys were getting a bit anxious. Sure, they can plunder a merchant ship or two, but the Royal Army? That's not an easy fight. Worst yet, more and more warships started to appear on the horizon, and leading those ships was Woodes Rogers. But before we get to him, let's check in with our pirate president Charles Vane, who was, at this point, having a little moment. See, Charles wasn't much of a surrender guy, or a talking guy, or a not burning things guy. So when Woodes Rogers politely sailed into Nassau and asked, "Hey lads, maybe stop being criminals?" Vane responded by lighting his ship in the harbor on fire and sending it straight at him.
Dang. Well, that's crazy. I have to go back a second here because I messed it up when I was doing it. I gotta go let the dog back in. He's at the door barking, so I'll be back once again. All right. Grab my sweatshirt. It's getting a little chilly for some reason.
Asked, "Hey lads, maybe stop being criminals?" Vane responded by lighting his ship in the harbor on fire and sending it straight at him. Is this our plan? It wasn't, but Charles thought it was. But Charles thinks a lot of things, to be honest. One guy especially not loving the flaming ship as diplomacy approach was Charles's quartermaster, a guy named Jack Rackham. You might know him better as Calico Jack, named after his favorite fabric and least favorite survival instinct. Jack had been Vane's right-hand man for months now. He'd seen the screaming, he'd seen the fire, he'd seen the moment Charles tried to headbutt a seagull for looking at him wrong, and
He tried to headbutt a seagull for looking at him wrong. Okay, so we got the pros and the cons. Keep Vane, right? Pros, bold, bloodthirsty, bad to the bone, right? Cons, he's reckless, sharp as a marble, animal cruelty, bad fashion taste. Okay.
Jack, credit where it's due, had his concerns. Sure, Charles started out as a fiery, brutal pirate, inspiring others, and probably got to be president because of that. But recently, he was off. For example, a couple months prior, they were on this massive warship of theirs, and about to plunder a teeny-tiny French merchant ship, which they absolutely could have taken. Charles made the call to back off due to the risks of losing. That's not very captain-y-like. He also got his ass whooped by a lesser drunk, damaging his reputation yet again. And now finally, while a literal firing squad is on the horizon, ready to hang each and every pirate, instead of bargaining for the safety of the island's troublemakers, he basically declared war on them. New vote, new vote. And just like that, Charles Vane was out. And his extra flamboyant sidekick was in. Meet the fourth and final president of the Pirate Republic. And the pirates couldn't have...
Calico Jack. I've heard of this one. I mean, I've heard of Blackbeard as well.
chosen a better president. Jack was an insanely skilled war general. He was so good, in fact, that modern historians compare him to legends like Hannibal and Alexander the Great. Jack called the pirates together, set up a combat plan, and absolutely crushed Woodes Rogers and his fleet. There were only 1,500 pirates on the island, but they could shoot really well, I tell ya. Then, feeling ambitious, the pirates sailed and laid siege to England. Even though they were outnumbered by 1 to 1,000, they destroyed the British defenses and captured England, effectively renaming it to the United Pirate Kingdom. Then, after stumbling into Oppenheimer and Heisenberg at the same time, who just finished their nuclear bomb, they threw it on Spain and France, and everyone died. The end. No wait, this isn't an alternative history video.
For a second, I was like, what's going on here? That didn't happen. They took England? What? Okay, so he went on a weird little alternative history tangent there, and that was good, though. I like it.
Let's rewind a bit.
Yeah, let's do that.
And
let's
he liked tomboys, which isn't just a throwaway joke. It's historically accurate. See, Jack Rackham fell in love with Anne Bonny, who was a female pirate who, due to sexism on the work floor, disguised herself as a man. And later Jack also fell in love with Anne's bestie, Mary Red, who also disguised herself as a man. Both of them carried swords, both of them could absolutely destroy you in a bar fight, and both of them, for some unfathomable reason, liked Jack back. It was an
I have a feeling he knew they were female, right? Maybe. Probably. He's like, I can just sense it.
unfathomable reason because Jack was probably the worst pirate that ever existed. He put all his skill points in charisma and 0 in leadership and war tactics. He couldn't fight on equal grounds and only preyed on smaller merchant ships. And you best bet your ass that he could in no way, shape or form beat Woodes Rogers and his royal backing. If Rogers wanted to, he could have at any time signaled his fleet to attack, and without a shiver of doubt killed each pirate on the island. But Rogers was sympathetic. He was a privateer himself during the Spanish Succession War, and he himself was a victim of corporate downsizing. During the war, he led one of the most successful privateering expeditions in British history. He circumnavigated the globe, captured Spanish treasure ships, and came home to parades and praise. Naturally, the government thanked him by the only way it knew how. By, instead of firing him, they forgot about him and let him go bankrupt. He sank all his money into the war effort, didn't get reimbursed properly, and ended up in debtor's prison for a bit. But then, in classic Empire logic, the British were like, "Hey Woods, remember that pirate problem we ignored for a decade? Wanna go fix it?" And Rogers said, "Sure, can I have my money back?" The British said no, but if you can get rid of them, you can be the governor. May you drown in your teacup. Alright, fine, I'll do it. Long story short, Rogers knew how it feels to be betrayed by the same country you fought 12 years for, and understood why his war comrades turned to piracy in the times of need. So,
I mean, we may or may not be being betrayed right now by our, I mean, me, not you guys, but like here in the United States. It's hard to tell, guys. It's hard to tell. I don't know how I feel about that one. Not the topic of the video, but
piracy in the times of need. So, he sent them an ultimatum. If you surrender, we will pardon you of any crime you've committed, basically allowing you to start with a clean slate. However, if you don't, you'll know what happened. And our fourth president, Jack Rackham, he felt like he just hit the net 20 roll on that charisma check. What a lucky escape.
I just realized the thing is, Trump's a pirate. He's a pirate. Everybody got it wrong. They say he's a Nazi. He's not a Nazi. He's not a dictator. No, he's a pirate. That's what he is. He's a goddamn pirate, guys.
Okay.
The orange pirate.
And so, Calico Jack, pirate president and certified tomboy enthusiast, stood before Woodes Rogers and said, "Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir. Piracy? Never heard of it, sir." He took the pardon, signed his name, posed dramatically, probably blew a kiss, and promised to never touch another ship again. 2 months later, he stole a sloop from Nassau's own harbor and went straight back to pirating, like the whole pardon thing had just been a dream.
Yeah.
I mean, bless Rogers' heart, but we're talking about pirates here. They were once esteemed privateers, but after more than 10 years on a pirate island, you will slowly develop a frick you, I do what I want mentality. Anyway, after Jack and many others in July of 1718 accepted the pardon, the Pirate Republic of Nassau was officially dead. Playtime's over, lads. Go home to your wife and kids. We left for bloody 12 years. But now comes the fun part. What?
So at one point in time, does that mean that pirate would have been like a nationality, right? That would have been your nationality, piracy. If you were there, if you were a member of this Republic of Pirates or whatever, right?
The fun part. What happened to our main characters? Did they all take the deal? Or did some, Charles Vane, flip them off and continue pirating? Well, let's go down the list, shall we? Charles Vane did not take the deal at all. In fact, when offered the king's pardon, he reportedly said, "I would rather die a pirate than live like a servant." Bold words for a man who would, shortly after, be abandoned by his own crew. Yep.
I mean, that's the pirate life for you, right?
After a series of bad calls and even worse luck, Vane lost his ship, lost his men, and got captured. He was shipped back to Jamaica, where the government gave him exactly what he asked for: death. They hanged him in 1721. He died.
I mean, and that's what happens to a pirate. That sucks.
As he lived, angrily. Blackbeard also did not take the pardon, but he played the game longer. He kept raiding ships of the Carolinas, made shady deals with corrupt governors, and even threw a retirement party for himself at one point. It didn't help. The British Navy eventually caught up with him. In 1718, he was ambushed and killed in a brutal battle. It reportedly
And that's the pirate life.
It took 5 bullets and over 20 sword wounds to bring him down.
Jeez.
And then they chopped off his head and hung it from the bow of their ship. You know, for vibes. Hornigold? Plot twist, he did take the pardon. Not only that, but he switched sides. Hornigold went from pirate president to pirate hunter. He spent the last years of his life capturing his former friends and delivering them to the British. I guess karma took that somewhat personal, because not much later he died in a shipwreck in 1719.
I mean, I guess if you're a pirate, that's just how it's supposed to go, right, guys?
Yikes. Jack Rackham? We already know how that went. He got pardoned, then pirated again, and surprise surprise, then got captured. His execution wasn't exactly cinematic. He was caught drunk, tried by court, and hanged like an amateur. But let's talk about the real stars, Anne Bonny and Mary Red. They fought like hell when the British came. Legend says they were the only 2 crew members still on their feet when the ship was boarded. Jack was passed out drunk. They were furious. The girls were both captured and sentenced to hang, but both pleaded the belly, claimed to be pregnant. It worked for Anne and she got out scot-free, but not for Mary, who died in prison. Anne disappeared from the record.
Why'd it only work for her? That's weird.
Died in prison. Anne disappeared from the records. Some say she died shortly after, some say she lived a quiet life. Some say she disguised herself again and became a tree this time. Nassau was cleaned up, fortified, and turned into a proper colony under Woodes Rogers. The fort was rebuilt, the pirates were gone, and over time, the Republic faded into legend. I like pirates.
That's pretty cool. That was a pretty cool video, guys. We learned a little bit about piracy in the Bahamas. Bahamas Day is coming to a close, actually, because it's 2/14, and we got to do GeoGuessr, guys. We got to do a GeoGuessr stream. Are you guys here for GeoGuessr? Or will you be there for GeoGuessr in a little bit? Because that's what we're going to be doing in a little bit. So I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully I see you guys there in the GeoGuessr stream. If not, that's cool too. It's been fun. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, hit like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Follow if you're on Twitch or Kick, and all that good stuff. Have a super fun, awesome day. Take care, bye. Unless I see you soon in GeoGuessr.